Hi everyone. So let's do a collective reading to try to capture as much of the energy as we can around us. So I have two Astro House dice here that I'd like to roll just to see which energies we're meant to work with. So we have 4 and 11. So the fourth house is the house of home. This is generally the people that we spend most of our time with, the people we live with, roommates, family members, our really close inner circle of people. And then the 11th house is the house of blessings. So there could be something that's in your home going on right now where your home is being blessed in some way, or somehow your inner circle, your family is getting blessings in some way, probably for work that you have already done. So I have 3 tarot decks here that I'd like to use too for this reading. So from the transparent tarot, we're getting the 6 of Swords, and then we're getting Temperance. So this is about escape. And this is what I was just saying, that it feels like something is coming in for the work that you have done. Look at how this, I love this transparent tarot for this reason, because see the rainbow of Temperance and how like this boat that you're using to escape the situation, the rainbow is keeping it afloat. This is the blessings coming in, helping you escape this situation. So this very much feels to me like something having to do with your home and your inner circle. You've worked hard on getting through it. You're working hard on escaping it. And now you're being blessed with this temperance energy of balance and peace. So let's get into the tarot to see what else wants to come through. With that 6 of Swords, I'm getting a message too of meditation. So especially with it floating on top of the rainbow, or this metaphorical idea that the rainbow is what is lifting you up. This blessing that's coming in is what's lifting you up. It feels to me like this is a time to meditate. I did see the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck too when I was shuffling. So for some of you, this may be a really fortuitous time for you to be meditating. But let's see what the rest of the tarot wants to say. Wow, there's the Sun, the Chariot. So we already have a lot of majors in this reading. Queen of Wands, 9 of Swords. Let's see, let's go underneath. Underneath, we have the Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. There's that meditation I was getting. Queen of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, the Emperor. Underneath everything is the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is sometimes an energy of not losing hope in something, not losing faith in something, because you're not seeing any growth, you're not seeing any real progress with the 7 of Pentacles. But it often means that there is something going on below the surface that you're just not seeing. So this is really about believing in yourself, especially when we see it underneath everything in a reading. There is certainly a message coming through about not giving up on faith, on hope, and belief in yourself. It feels like help is on the way because this Temperance is here. The 11th house is here. The Queen of Pentacles is generally my card for mother, but I can't help but notice we have 3 queens here. We have the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. So we'll have to really consider why we have 3 queens here in this reading. I feel like 2 of these are other people or one other person. I feel this Queen of Wands is you in this reading, but we're going to really break it all down. For some of you, because we did roll the 4th house, which is the house of home, can be the house of family, and the Queen of Pentacles coming in this same column. This could be a reading about your mother, something that perhaps is going on with your mother, some kind of maybe a decision you have to make, or this could be that you felt some kind of an unstable position with your mother, but that's not going to be for everyone, obviously. This is just a person in your home, in your inner circle, who you feel unstable with, and that you felt like you were losing hope. But I do feel like hope is on the way with the 11th house, Temperance, that rainbow rising you up. All of that together makes me feel like there is some kind of blessing that's coming in to help with this situation. And I think it's because the universe could feel you losing hope in the situation or wondering, is this going anywhere? So I feel like the universe wants to come in and give you some answers. The Sun in the Four of Swords is asking you to really focus on staying positive, staying optimistic, and again, this feeling of meditation. I'm getting that strongly, that there is somewhat of a need for you to really turn inward and use your intuition and meditate. I just keep getting meditate. So that's a strong message for someone, that it feels like this vision that you're going to get about the answer, about how needs to be solved, whatever this situation is that you feel like you need to escape this situation, whatever that is. The answer is going to come to you by using your third eye, but also staying very optimistic. And it feels like you're too close to the situation. This Four of Swords is sometimes taking a step back from the situation so you can see the bigger picture. Because if you do have to make a decision regarding some unstable relationship around you, sometimes it helps to just take a break, don't do anything at all, and try to see the bigger picture. Let's get one of these. So that's the Magician. The Magician is about synchronicity and about manifestation. I do think that you're going to manifest in that answer that you need. I feel like you really need an answer to whatever this thing is, this relationship is, and how to escape it or what to do or how to solve it. Again, I think you're going to manifest it in by looking inward and staying positive. The Chariot and the Queen of Swords are your challenge. I feel like you're having a lot of trouble moving away from this person that perhaps you've known a long time ago that you needed to escape this situation, but you've only thought about it in your head. You've never really empirically experienced it. You've never really actually tried separating yourself from this person. You've only imagined it in your head. And so I feel like that's why the Chariot and the Queen of Swords are here in your challenge position, because instead of spending time alone, it feels like you're still too enmeshed in this person. And we said it's a good idea for you to separate yourself from this so you can see the bigger picture. But it does feel like you're struggling to do that you only imagine it, that you don't really actually empirically experience that. This, I believe, is the same person. This person who's showing up as the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, and it has nothing to do with gender. It does not have to be a woman. It's just a person who you are struggling to move away from. There's a very strong feeling of struggle when it comes to moving away from this. And again, I think it's because you're too close. I think you're too close to this situation. So if you're struggling to move away from it altogether, the strongest advice that's coming through is, okay, fine, you don't have to move away from it completely, but meditate on it, spend time alone, try to get those answers without the influence of this queen, without the influence of them trying to say to you, because the Queen of Swords is a very strong communicator. This person could be convincing you of what you think and convincing you of what you want, whereas your intuition might tell you something else entirely, but it would mean blocking out the voice of this person who keeps you feeling like you need to escape this situation. The Eight of Wands is about alignment and about progress, and so is the Chariot. The Chariot and the Eight of Wands are very similar energies in that everything is balanced, everything is aligned, and once the energies are aligned, then everything can move forward at a rapid pace, which is exactly what the Chariot and the Eight of Wands do. So this again is saying you're challenged though to get this into alignment, to get this going, to get started, to escape this situation, to get momentum or to get moving. And that's why I feel like this Temperance is here saying, okay, maybe the universe needs to come in and help a bit, but that starts with you staying positive and using your own intuition to dig through to get those answers. Your confidence is the thing that's going to keep this wheel turning, because we have the Queen of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. And this again is about staying positive, but it's also about believing in yourself, that you're losing faith somehow in yourself. You're somehow losing faith in this idea that you can't do this, or you can't get out of this, or you can never escape this, that this is your destiny. You kind of being confident about yourself and your own beliefs about yourself and understanding confidence. I just keep getting confidence now from this, that that's going to be the thing that's going to get you moving, where maybe perhaps you couldn't do the moving on your own. Temperance is here. The Wheel of Fortune is here. This is the universe turning that wheel for you and getting this started sooner than you expect, because it seems like you're struggling to really get that momentum. And this is like the universe putting wind in your back, because you have the confidence to understand that you don't need to be in whatever this situation is, that you can escape it. Then we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is about contemplation and about reevaluation. This is your inner Queen of Wands coming through, saying, yes, this is time. I am reevaluating this relationship. I am contemplating with this Four of Swords. I am meditating on this. I am thinking, is this the best situation for me, or should I be escaping it? There is a period when we limit our beliefs so much that those beliefs become reality. And I feel like you haven't gone that far yet. Your beliefs, you still have a good handle that your beliefs are only your beliefs and that you're not stuck in this. I haven't seen the Eight of Swords, although we do have one card left to go, but the Eight of Swords is the energy of when your beliefs become your reality, when the reality is you are stuck. I don't see that for you. I just don't see you having taken those first steps yet, but I see you wanting to take those first steps. And then interestingly enough, for your final outcome, we have the Nine of Swords and the Emperor. So this is telling me that this feels like a really big deal to you. The Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor could be parents. So again, make this make sense for you. This could be your parents that you're dealing with, or a parent that you're dealing with. For many of you, it won't be that. But again, the idea of moving yourself away from this situation, every time you stop and meditate, every time you start to say, I'm going to say no this time, I'm going to draw a boundary this time, the idea of that stresses you out so much, because this is a very powerful energy that you are working with, whoever this is to you. And so therefore, I feel like that's why you're stuck in this energy of only fantasizing about saying no, or only imagining what your life would be without this, or thinking about escaping, but never actually doing it because it stresses you out so much. And again, I think that's why Temperance is here. I got this idea of blessings. Help is on the way. The wheel is turning. I feel like changes are coming in faster than you would think. And then we're finishing with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about persistence and about conviction. So this is really you standing up to these fears that you have, standing up to your own fears, facing that shadow aspect of yourself that, yeah, maybe it's going to get chaotic with whoever this person is, but I need to do this for me. I need to get out of Dodge. I need to escape this situation. And again, I do think that's why the universe is here to help. I know, because we see Temperance in the Wheel of Fortune, and this is the help that's on the way. The universe is really on your side and wants to give you the support that it knows you need in order to push this through, so you can get out of this situation without it being so stressful for you. So there you go. That is our collective reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.